All right, Frank, we're back for number 53 on your list. It's Top Secret. And this is actually round 2, believe it or not. I filmed a bunch of these a couple of weeks ago and I hated all of them. So I'm gonna do them again and hopefully this round does better. Top Secret is a 1984 comedy directed by Jim Abrams, David Zucker, and Jerry Zucker. It stars Val Kilmer, Lucy Gutteridge, Peter Cushing, Jeremy Kemp, and more. Top Secret stars Val Kilmer as an American rock star in the vein of Elvis, who travels to East Germany, which is still under Russian control at this point, to play a concert and ends up joining with a band of French resistance fighters. Your thoughts on Top Secret are? One of the funniest movies of all time. Wow, that's a pretty big, that's a pretty strong statement. I don't know if I'd go that far. It was pretty funny. I enjoyed it a lot. I don't know that I have that much to say about Top Secret. This might be kind of a short video. It's a Zucker brothers movie. You know, if you've seen one, you kind of get what's going on. You know, they lampoon different genres. This is the sort of like World War II spy thriller genre, and they're also mixing it in with beach party movies from the 60s and Elvis rock and roll movies from the 50s, and sort of doing this like strange mishmash amalgamation of like all of those things. I think Val Kilmer is really funny in his role as Nick Rivers, the American rock star who goes over to at that time it was still communist East Germany. It's weird because it's it's a takeoff of World War II spy films, but at the same time it takes place in the present day, which would be like the early 80s, I believe. I think this movie was 84. So there is sort of like this weird confluence of things where it's like they're trying to push it towards, they're trying to push certain things towards like a World War II kind of feel, but at the same time you're in a modern era, so you have all these other like modern things that are going on around it. So it does feel a little strange at times. Like it might have helped for them to just do it as completely as a period piece. It's a Zucker brothers film, so if and this is a note to me as much as anyone, but if you're tripping up on that, then you're probably missing the point, right? Like, let's be honest. The whole point of any Zucker brothers movie is just to poke fun at stuff, and that's what it does, and it does it pretty well. I would say that Airplane and maybe some of their other films do a slightly better job, but this one is still pretty good. It's still pretty enjoyable. I'm sure that not all of the jokes would fly these days with some people. It's kind of like Blazing Saddles in that way, where there's some jokes that get made and you're like, oof. You're like, ooh, that doesn't fly as well these days. But it's a product of its time, and most of the jokes are still funny. So would I recommend Top Secret? Yeah, sure. Why not? It's fun. If you enjoy those types of movies, I think you'll enjoy Top Secret. Val Kilmer delivers this sort of like weirdly spirited performance, and it's very over the top, but at the same time, it's perfect in this film. And I don't know why, but like, Top Secret ended up kind of being one of my favorite Val Kilmer films. For some reason, when you put this on the list, I kept mixing it up with Real Genius. So I was completely surprised when I loaded this film up and it ended up being, a Zucker brothers parody film, because I thought it was going to be, a movie about like college scientist genius guy who gets into shenanigans or whatever. But it was funny, and like I said, Kilmer is great in it, and everybody else, the supporting cast, are basically just there to get to the punchlines, but they're all great too. So Top Secret, I'm gonna say, yeah, it's a lot of fun. So if you enjoy it, get on it. Next up is number 54. It's Nothing to Lose with Tim Robbins and Martin Lawrence. I remember this film coming out when I was a kid. but it was kind of like one of those films that, you know, I probably wasn't going to get to, you know. And I've heard good things about it since, but it's just one of those films that I've never really thought about a lot, I guess. So now's a good time to watch it. And so that's it. Our time has come to an end. I don't know why I'm saying this. I've already done this once, so I'm just trying to do this now with the air conditioning off, before the heat gets too crazy. So until next time, Frank and whoever else who's watching, go watch Top Secret. It's a good time. And until then, I will see you next time.